we'll have to create a new interface that will allow us to connect to the database. This new interface is going to be called Restaurant Repository. Okay, it's going to be an interface. It has to be an interface because this is the cool thing about Spring. Spring will create the implementation of this interface dynamically. I need to put the repository tag here, and I need to extend a particular class, a particular interface called CRUD repository. CRUD comes from create, update, delete. So I'm going to have the CRUD repository here, and I'm going to, it receives two parameters, two type parameters. One is the type, which is restaurant, and the other is the key, the type of the key. So that is long, because the restaurant ID is a long. Okay? So now that we have this, we can use it. This is a Spring Bean, as you can see here. As we saw in our tutorials, this can be auto-wired directly now in our REST controller, in our controller, sorry. So if I put here private final restaurant controller, restaurant repository, sorry, and I initialize it with a constructor, I can put auto-wired if I want. Not that I need it, but just to be clear. So now we can see that this is injected, you see? And it tells me it's this interface. So now Spring will implement this interface. And because this interface is already extending an existing interface from Spring, it comes with a vast list of methods. This interface has methods like save, which creates an object into the database, or it updates an existing one. It has the ability to find from the database, so I can basically call it like this. Now, instead of creating it here, we are going to load it from the database. So to load it from the database, we are going to use the repository, and we're going to say find by ID. And we're sending the ID as a parameter. Now, if you see, this returns an optional, so it might not be there. There might not be a restaurant with this ID. So in the case that we have a problem with this, in the case that the value is not there, we're just simply going to throw an exception. So we'll assign this to a restaurant variable. So you see we have a restaurant. If you don't know how optional works, I'll leave you a link to my tutorial on functional programming and optional and all that. So we can use this now here. And now, if I reload this, this should immediately go into the database. So now we are not creating some static data here. We're going to the database to look for the data. So let's try it. Okay. We should be able to go into the database now. If I put the ID 1, okay, we have Cafe Delight, burger, pizza, pasta. So let's see if this one is right. If I go to here, restaurant, Cafe Delight is the one, and the items, yes, these are the items. So it's working. That's great. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel so that you can get notifications every time there is a new video. Bye!